Zach, you're Shazam.
Yeah.
How the heck did that happen?
Lay your hands on my staff.
Gross.
I mean, God, really? I don't know.
There was this wizard.
Shazam?
Yes! Carry my name, and with it you carry all my powers. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury.
What happened to me? There was this wizard, yeah. Well, like Billy Batson, who didn't think he was worthy of being, given this power, I did not think I was worthy of getting this job. I genuinely passed on the audition for the role, and then 2 months later, after I went through lots of therapy and started to really believe in myself, I think for the first time in my life, and really love myself for the first time in my life, I auditioned for another role in the movie. They liked me so much for that, they thought I should audition for the role of Shazam, and then I auditioned for Shazam, and then I got the job. I mean, it was all, that was the universe, that was God all conspiring into, me being able to manifest a better life for myself because I started loving myself.
And this is after you'd played a sort of superhero in the Marvel Universe already.
Yeah.
Perhaps next time we should start with the big one.
And you'd been Flynn Ryder.
How you doing? The name's Flynn Ryder.
Yeah, it's one of the best roles ever. I love it so much.
I would have thought the man who plays Flynn Ryder is going to believe in himself.
Well, listen, man, I mean, sometimes I did, or sometimes I thought I did, but isn't that the interesting thing about our mental health? I mean, we are often just scraping by. We don't think we are. We think we're surviving, we're thriving, but really we could do a lot of work that would make us a much healthier person. Which is not to say that I didn't thoroughly enjoy making that movie and the evergreenness of it, the amount of people that still watch it to this day or find it now. And I mean, it's such a wonderful Disney animated musical.
Do you get people asking you to do the Smolder as if it was you doing the Smolder?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I love the idea of you getting voice recognized both as Shazam and as Flynn.
Yeah.
And they go, hang on.
Hang on.
Wow.
Yeah.
My brain. I bet you don't miss the blonde locks from the Marvel Universe, though.
In some ways I do. It was really fun getting to play that role, honestly. And I'm very grateful to, originally Kenneth Branagh, who cast me in the first one. I didn't get to do the first one, but it was because of him and Randy Hiller, the casting director, who was just a brilliant woman. And, they believed in me enough to get me in for that. But that didn't happen, but then getting to come back in Thor Dark World and then ultimately die at the hands of Cate Blanchett in Ragnarok.
I'm Hela.
I would love to be killed by Cate Blanchett.
I know, who wouldn't?
I'd love it.
Who wouldn't?
And Helen Mirren, actually.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that.
Oh man.
She can kill me anytime.
She's the best, dude. She's the damiest dame, but you would never know it because she doesn't throw it around. She's just classy and elegant and everything you hope she'll be in more, man. She's the best.
But before you got the Shazam Billy Batson role, where were you in your life? It was sort of, Chuck obviously was a really big thing, but this must have felt super, super, super special.
Oh, yeah.
This is the comic book character that Elvis was obsessed with.
Well, technically he was obsessed with Captain Marvel Jr., who was Freddy, ultimately, right? But nonetheless, yes, he was obsessed with the franchise, as it were. That's where he gets his cape from. The Elvis cape is based on the Captain Marvel cape. The lightning bolt of his TCB taking care of business is the Captain Marvel lightning bolt. So it's great. Playing a character like this is just so fun. It's Tom Hanks in Big meets Christopher Reeves in Superman, and getting to put those worlds together, two worlds I loved, but then also Chuck was an incredible experience, and then I got to step into being a superhero with Fandral, but now I'm the one wearing the cape. Now I'm the one wearing the spandex, you know what I mean? And with a character that is, I think, so relatable, more relatable, I don't know, maybe than any other superhero, in that it's the kid in all of us who wishes to have that word to transform us into our super self. Like, everybody wants that, and I get to do that. I get paid to do that, dude. It's crazy.
I also love the idea that he can't ever refer to himself in the third person. Or
well, I don't know how many people should be referring to themselves in the third person.
Well, as Billy, he needs to talk about this mysterious superhero who's in Philadelphia, and he needs to go, oh, the
Yeah, he can't talk about. Well, if the character is being called Shazam in the papers, which he is not.
No, he's called
Captain, all kinds of things.
I like Captain. Do you get people calling you Captain
Sparklefingers? Oh yeah, I love Sparklefingers.
What's up? I'm a superhero.
Yeah, his name is Captain Sparklefingers.
No, it's not.
Do you get that like in the supermarket? You're at Whole Foods or something, and you'll get Sparklefingers.
Not as often as I would hope. I would honestly, if people wanted to yell that like at any point, doesn't matter. I'd be like, they could even yell it like rudely. Hey, Sparklefingers! I'd be like, that's right. That's right. Don't forget it.
That is correct. Yeah. Who of your friends and family was most hyped for you when you could tell them you got the gig? You knew it was yours, and you got to say, yep, it's happening. Be excited.
I mean, my family probably. I think I told my sister first. I was with a buddy of mine, Eric, really good buddy of mine at the gym when I found out when I got the call. I had just screen tested for it, and then like 2 days later, they're like, hey, you got the job. I was like, cool, I'm going to go back to lifting weights because...
2 days.
Yeah, after I auditioned. Yeah. Oh, well, for the final audition. Anyway, this is a long story. But then I called my sister, my younger sister, and my older sister. But, they were so proud of me, and I was so grateful to make them proud.
We do need to talk about the suit, because in the films, Billy can just say Shazam and then go to the toilet.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
What sort of padding, equipment, zip? I know Christian Bale likes talking about... He gave his advice to Robert Pattinson. Take the role, enjoy the role. You need a really big zipper.
Yeah.
And he said, that's my only note.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the truth is most superhero costumes, from what I've heard anyway, I've not been inspecting all of them.
You should.
But most of them have the same issue, which is that you want it to look really streamlined, right? Which means you don't want a lot of, I don't know, pockets and zippers and things that
chewing gum
would be breaking all that up, particularly with spandex. I mean, if you look at the comics, you're trying to be photorealistic. So,
and a cape?
Yeah, the cape is easy enough. You can kind of pop that off. But listen, at the end of the day, for if you're trying to go number one, you've got these 2 zippers that you unzip. Sometimes needing the assistant. Well, the unzip is. I
need to call in my assistant.
They kind of unzip from here. I know it's very graphic. And then there's, you're able, now you have access. Now you can go because your little deal. But if you're trying to drop a deuce, then you're in bad shape.
Everyone
you're
on
bad
set
shape. You're hoping,
has to know.
Yeah, you're hoping that you didn't eat anything bad for breakfast or something. You're just up there hanging on wires and it's like gurgle. Oh God, get me down.
We're canceling the next 2 days because I've talked to Chris Hemsworth about acting and fighting in a cape.
Yeah.
And it can get in your face.
Oh yeah.
It can wrap around your legs.
Oh yeah.
And so you're trying to look incredibly cool and knock someone's head off.
Oh yeah.
And the cape has different ideas.
Well, fortunately, we special effects technology is very good now, and we can sometimes not have to wear the practical cape, and they can digitally put that in.
You can half cape.
You can sometimes you can half cape, yeah.
Little micro cape. There are key differences from the comic books Captain Marvel / Shazam. One of which is that you don't have a magical talking tiger. Mm. Are you still as annoyed about that as I am, that you don't have Mr. Talkie Tawny with you at all times?
Listen, I think Talkie Tawny is a fantastic character, and we have tried to pay Tawny some homage in various ways.
Tigers come up.
I wouldn't count ever seeing Talkie Tawny out. I mean, I don't think.
The Rock of Eternity is a really big place.
Well, and we have like an infinite amount of doors that take us to an infinite amount of dimensions and stuff. So it's like, we saw Crocodile Men in the first one. Why couldn't we go to a dimension where Talkie Tawny was, hey, what's going on? Yeah,
for sure. There's a key Shazam phrase, which is holy moly.
Holy moly.
Holy.
Holy moly.
What's the trick to a good holy moly? Because when an American says it, that's one thing. When a Brit says it, it sounds sarcastic somehow. Holy moly. Really? Is that what we're saying?
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
I think, holy moly is a very like, aw shucks, Americana kind of a thing. It's like Midwest, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're almost like, holy moly, like that. That's how you say a holy moly.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Almost like Scott Bakula, when he was on Quantum Leap. I don't know if you ever saw the show, but he would always say on the show, he would go, oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's the holy moly and the oh boy are very similar.
Thank you so much, Zach.
My pleasure,
for
man.
taking the time, for bringing the energy, and for teaching me how to do a good
Holy moly. Oh boy.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, there you go.